Interesting Sunday morning. The whole political scene has changed for the Democrats. Right now, news is flashing across your news screen and everything else. Biden drops out of presidential race. Where this is going to lead, we don't know yet, but I just got the news flash and I see other people are up here doing that too. So I'm going to go more in depth. I'm going to listen to the news all day this afternoon as much as I can and see what they're saying. And your thoughts on my thoughts will be on what I think about Biden dropping out this morning as of 2:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1:12 Central Standard Time. The news came out, flashed to me that Biden has dropped out the presidential race. So who are they going to pick for their candidate? What the Democrats have in store? It'll be something to witness. So thank you guys. I know I'll have to go in and get this live up later on, but I just came out right now and got it done. Once again, President Biden has dropped out the presidential race as a Democratic candidate for president of the United States. Good morning, KLM. No, I'm not going to say Trump's got it. I'm not going to say Trump's got it at all, KLM, because I don't believe that they still have a strong possibility. There's strong things can go on. You got Kamala, don't forget Kamala. And I seen her mention somewhere, believe it or not, about Michelle Obama. But I'm still going to say that the Democrats, if they don't put Kamala out in front and then have a man as vice president coming in to back her up, a younger vice president that is too, then we're going to see changes that we've never seen before in this country. So, and I hope you enjoyed your church today. Yeah, I hope they can work this out too, because the presidential race right now, everybody's throwing in the towel, but I'm not throwing in anything anyway. And like I said, politics makes strange bedfellows, and you never know what you got going on. Jackson Street 23. Hey, babe. Glad to see you. Glad to see you guys up here this morning. But yeah, like I said before, I'm going to continue listening to the story. And I'm also going to go try to get behind the scenes of some of these politicians here tomorrow in Cape and see what their ideology is and what do they think about it. Now, where the race is going to go from here, we don't know. We're just going to have to sit back and listen and watch very carefully. And for all the Black people out there that think that this isn't important, you better start getting off the stick and leaving the craziness alone that's going on YouTube and pay attention to your politics, because this has a lot to do with you as a whole and as the world goes. So, yes, if you don't want a dictator, you need to get out and right and decide who should be for your presidency. And if the Democrats are smart, they're gonna pick somebody that the masses love and everything. And like I said, Kamala Harris is the biggest thing out there right now, really, her being VP. So will they pass her the torch remains to be seen. But I recommend that all ladies get together and discuss it. And don't be hating. Don't be hating. Think about what's best for your country. You want to go back to to the era of old times, civil rights days and all this stuff where women couldn't do this, women couldn't do that? Or do you want to try to surge ahead, even if you don't like Kamala Harris? That's a representation for women out there. Good morning, Mixology 99. Yes, dear, Biden drops out of the presidential race, so I'm going to I'm going to impose a question now. Where do the Democrats go from here? Who do they think? Who do you want as your next Democratic nominee for president? And like I said, the second in line is Kamala Harris. You said, I don't think they'll pass her. Okay. Well, the world wasn't ready for a black president. Just remember, and that's only been a few years ago. The world was not ready for a black president. So you never know. You never know. I'm not going to say that she's not qualified. I'm not going to say that just because she's a woman, she shouldn't run. I'm just saying that I hope the Democrats do right. Yeah, everybody said that. There was an article about Michelle Obama running. But here's the thing. If Kamala stays in it, do you think she should choose Michelle Obama as her running mate? Do you think the ticket will be able to win with two women, or will it be a division against, as we've seen before so many times, women hating on women, men hating on women, and all this, but blacks particularly not trying to stick together as one core group. And we've got an opportunity here to voice our opinions and let Kamala know, hey, if we back you, go get her. Well, Hillary, no, I'm not even going to mention Hillary, because if people remember that election, Hillary won the popular vote. It was the Electoral College that elected Trump. So that's another thing, people, you got to look at too, your electoral colleges out there in the world. I don't care. They can say it's by popularity. You can have all the popularity in the world. But when it comes down to it, the Electoral College really elects the next president of the United States, be it a black man, a white man, or whomever. So we're all gonna have to get together in this political thing this year, really, which is more important. Me listening about a bunch of people going to Vegas, or me listening to where my political life and future is going to be at. And also a piece of history that I may only see once in my lifetime. Biden has dropped out. So, and it just came across that he endorses Harris. Okay, he endorsed Harris. He's dropping out and he endorses Harris. So now it's left up to her. Who will she choose as her running mate? Who she will choose as a running mate. If it's a man, yes, it should be a younger man. I do agree. If it's a younger man. But I don't see corner for a healthy diet. Vice President Harris does not have what it takes. I don't see why not. I mean, what makes you think she doesn't have something to go up against Trump? She's, number one, she's a female. Number two, she's been in politics most of her life. Even when she was a prosecuting attorney, I didn't like her, but I still like the rank she came through. So you're saying that because she's a woman, she's going to lose? I don't think so. No, it's not too late. It's not too late. It's never too late. Never too late. I'm more interested, like KM said, I'm more interested in keeping my freedoms than losing my freedoms. Okay. So far as Kamala Harris is concerned, I will be backing her as a president. And the president that dropped down, he endorsed her. So what are you going to do? If you were a Biden person and he tells you, well, hey, look, I'm dropping out of the race and I'm I'm endorsing my vice president as y'all's next party leader. Either you were a true Biden person and you believe in what Biden was doing with Harris, or you're just a flip-flopper straddling the fence now because it's a woman. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's the way I'm looking at things. Well, let's face it. We all know that the vice president really doesn't have too much to say when it comes to elections and political stuff. They're there just in case, but they do know the job. They're enlightened on everything that goes on around the world and everything else. So for you to still say that she doesn't have the take what it goes to go against Trump, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you feel about like why is she qualified? And I ask you that one question. Is it because she's a woman? Period. Period. Well, mixology, you don't have to worry about it, dear, because Biden's not in there anymore. So, and I wasn't too happy with Biden either. I wasn't too happy. I just had wished he had dropped out sooner. That's all I'm saying. I wish he would have dropped out of the race sooner. And it probably would have been a lot better. It probably would have been a lot better. You know, at first, before Biden even dropped out, did you know that she challenged Trump's guy for a debate? They bowed down. They didn't want him to debate her. Now, what are they going to do? Oh, Kamala Harris can get up there with Trump and debate him still. She can get her ideas and policies out there. So we all know the importance of this year. Like I said, this year has been a change in everything, in everybody's mind, hearts, and souls, and even the way people are doing things here on YouTube. Now is the time, people, to have your voice heard. And if you got a channel, if you got a place where you can go and talk about it, I recommend you do it. Put out there. If you're a Trump supporter, okay. If you're a Harris supporter now because Biden is gone, you got to let the world know where we stand. Congress and the Senate, they do run everything to a certain degree, dear. But the people, we the people, and I know I done hollered about the Constitution don't stand for us, but we have to look outside the world too. We the people also can run things and pull off things. Because do you think if Biden really wanted to stay in there, that people would have let him stay in there? See, it took a lot of people to let him know, yeah, we love you, Joe, but you got to go. And that's it. And by him being as old as he is, and he should have retired years ago, that's all I'm saying. Maybe, just maybe, he thought about it. And then to his wife, you got to believe his wife is behind this too. She loves her husband dearly. And a good woman that loves her man knows when the riding is over. She tell him, hey, baby, go get that fishing pole, put it in your hand, sit down. You don't have to do it anymore. And I believe that she had a lot to do with it too. Yes, yes. Yeah, ever since the Reagan years, it's been going on. Keeping freedom, you want me to explain that for you? Really? Keeping freedom, the carrier for a healthy diet, I don't know what it means to you, but to me it means that you have a right to, and especially for women, to decide if you want to have children or not. You have the right to be able to go somewhere without being harassed or hassled because of the nature of your being a person, a human being. The difference is intolerable. You can't tolerate one without the other. If you're going to tolerate racism and segregation, then you have to look at your freedoms on that. Now, I keep my chats open. I'm not blocking anybody. I don't want anybody to block anybody unless you want to block them out of your chat. But Corinne, Courier for a Healthy Diet. I don't know what your diet consists of, but freedom means a lot, especially at my age now, because I can remember the times when I couldn't drink out the same water fountain as white people. I remember the times that I had to go in back of the store to get groceries. I remember when I even had to go to watch a little lousy movie, a 5-cent movie. I had to go to the balcony. I remember people throwing rocks at us as a child growing up in the early 60s because of the color of our skin. So freedom to me means I'm able to go if I want to, if I choose to. I don't have to be there with you all the time. I'll only mention a few things. What are you free with? See, you're free enough to get up here and talk crazy. You're free enough here to do all that kind of bullcrap. But do you realize in a communistic country or a place where you might type bullcrap like this in the chat, you would be found, you would be probably taken and thrown in prison somewhere. So don't give me that bullcrap. That's part of your freedom right there, to be able to come into somebody's chat and type a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's freedom. You're free to, if you want to, get you an education. Free enough to get you a job that you really love and like. You're not forced to do anything. You take away freedoms, then you got child labor out there. It sounds like you're a person that loves child labor or something. See what I'm saying? Sound like a person that if you got a woman or you got a wife or even a girlfriend, she can't make the same salary doing the same amount of work as men do out there. So that's freedom. Freedom to be who you are and whom you are. That is freedom. So you sound like a Trumpette to me. You want to take away women's rights, the right to be able to want to know if they want to have kids or not. You sound like a Trumpette that wants to deny people access to this country, regardless. But see, those things are on the line right now. Those things like that are on the line. I don't know. I don't know. People, like I said, wake up. And women, especially you ladies out there, I know that you have the intestinal fortitude. I know that you get behind men that want to do right. You encourage them every day. But there are also some people that don't want to see people encourage anything. Yeah, we had to ride the back of the bus. We couldn't even go to school together. See, now you want to try to, what about the democratic policies for white folks? You see what I'm saying? That kind of stuff right there to me is straight up ignorant. It should be democratic policies for all people. That's what it should be. Democratic policies for all people, not just black people, but for all people. See? So I can tell right there, and even when you set your channel up, which it should have been set up anyway, you should be able to be on here and talk about things like that and discuss things like that. You're not dealing with a young whippersnapper either. Like I said, I've been through the fire. I've been through the storm. So I know not only talk about black folks' freedoms, but I can also talk about white folks' freedoms too. Okay? Mexicans, Italians, Haitians, and my dad was a full-blooded Jamaican in this country, lived in this country. So facts. I watched my dad go through shit. And he watched his kids go through shit. But I also watched my dad being a man too, which I'm very proud of him. So, corner for a healthy diet. You need to quit eating all the fat pork and everything and start eating a little lean. And I'll join your panel whenever you get it up. Just let me know, get somebody to back you or something. However you want us to know that you're out there. And I'll be glad to come up and discuss with you democratic policies that are good for everybody in the world. And then I want you to debate me the Republican policies that are good. And don't talk about sending all the immigrants back across the seas or out of the country. Immigration is what started this country. Immigration is what built this country. It just had gotten so that liberals, and when you think about liberals really don't care long as they're lining their pockets. You can be a Republican liberal. You don't care, but you're still going to try to line your pockets. So with that being said, I'm going to drop down. We got some other stuff going on. Like I said, I'm going to keep up with this. And you guys, you go hit the news. And if you want to come back, come on up and I'll be watching you. If you want to talk about it, we can get on platforms and talk about it. But I still say, thank God for a miracle this morning. And also, don't forget, Joe Biden has also recommended to the Democratic Party that he will throw his support behind Kamala Harris as the next presidential nominee. Thank you for coming up, listening to me. You guys, everybody, Mixology 99, thank you. KM Base, love you, dear. I hope church was great for you. And even to my courier for a healthy diet, thank you for being here. It gives me something to even talk about and think about stuff like that. Okay. So, yes, good afternoon, dear. Love you guys too. And like I said, I'm going to try to stay abreast of everything. Well, if you think they're blowing in the wind, you must be. You're either a he-man woman hater or you are a straight up racist because you're afraid to come up here as yourself, corner for a healthy diet. No, I'm not going to eat anything that you got to propose. So thank you for that offer. I don't know some people in this world, but hey, that's why we got YouTube. That's why we got StreamYard. That's why we can get out now, like I said, and speak our minds. That's part of our freedom. That's very part of our freedom. Yeah, another planned election. It's planned. It's planned, but it wasn't planned like this. I'll put it that way. It's good to be an independent. It's very good to be independent because, like I said, both sides have problems. But we know, as being even independent, when we look at it, the things that have kept us together as a country, that's kept us as a country together. But now there's a chance that we're all going to be divided. We're all going to be separated. And they're trying to throw it. Let's face it, I'm going to say it. Trump is trying to throw this country back into the Stone Age, back to slavery times. So if you don't like that, it's too bad. But one thing for certain and two things for sure, I'm going to fight for what's right. And I believe that everybody has the right to live. Everybody has a right to make a living. Everybody has a right to decide if they want children or not have children. Yeah. They've always wanted us divided, always, from the time we were brought here up until now, even now. And I just wish the younger people, because like I said, they didn't have to go through the toils and strifes of the early 50s, 60s, 70s, and even part of the 80s, because there were still laws on the books that didn't allow them to do certain things in certain places and states. So we have to look at how far we've come. And do we want to turn back around and try to rebuild the bridges that we have burned down, knowing that they were no good for us? Or do we want to build something new and expand? And that goes to all the women out there too. Don't be afraid to voice your opinions about politics. Don't leave it all up to the men. Don't be afraid to voice yourself on how it's your body. You have a right to do what you need to do. So with that being said, I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to keep in contact with you guys later on tonight. Love you all. Mixology 99. Happy Sunday to you. Kay and Babe, love you. Mr. Healthy Diet, thank you. Or Mrs. Healthy Diet, thank you. I don't know what to say about that one. I'm not going to get into no back and forth with them. 2300 Jackson, thank you, darling, for being up here. Thank you for being a rock. Uncle Claude, hey, good afternoon, Uncle Claude. You say this is not good? Uncle Claude, let me go set up a live. Hello, Miguel. I'm going to go set up a live right quick with your name in it. And I'm going to bring you up here and we're going to discuss it. You said this is not good. I think it's the best thing that's happened right now. Really, I do. And we'll have a panel. We'll try to get people with sensible minds up here and we'll talk about it. Yeah, you guys, that's Uncle Claude from the Uncle Claude Sports and Things channel. Mixology 99 has her channel and platform. And I'm not going to limit this to just anybody. I'm bringing it all in. I want the women to come up with their opinions and stuff. So give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm going to set up this live and we can discuss things. I don't know, Uncle Claude. I don't know. See, now you're making me think you're playing on it because she's a woman, and it don't matter about the past. We're talking about keeping things together, and who knows? Who knows what might go on? I don't know. I will set up a live, and I'll drop my StreamYard because this was just a quick version of it. So I'll be back, guys. Give me 5 minutes. this has nothing to do with her. I'm still trying to read this chat right quick before I jump off of there. Well, it doesn't have anything with her being a woman. Why is that bad? If Biden had passed away, say, and God forgive me for saying, if he had passed away 8 months ago, she automatically becomes the female president of the United States. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I'll be back, you guys. Okay. That way I can set up my live stream and do we can do a little bit serious more talking.